Did you miss me? Back again for another Pint with JG. Today we are in the Duck and Drake in Leeds City Centre. It is a fabulous spot. I am drinking a pint of Taylor's Blonde. Genuinely, I kid you not, of all the episodes we've done of this show, this is the best pint I've had thus far, maybe closely followed by the Tetleys in the Bingley near where I live. What do I want to talk about today? Well, there's a silly little trend creeping into the recruitment industry, and I guess it's been created by journalists and bloggers. It's a silly trend called Guess My Basic Salary, where candidates have taken to refusing to tell me what their basic salary is in the job market. And so I'll give you an example. It is the other day, I'm sat on a video meeting with this candidate, and I get to the point in the interview where I ask him what his basic salary, and he says, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm not going to tell you what my basic salary is. So I say, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll stop you right there, actually. I've got absolutely no interest whatsoever in working with somebody who doesn't want to tell me their basic salary. So at that point, I think it's probably best that we all qualify out. And he goes, and he's all indignant. And I say, look, mate, I'm just not interested in it. And we end the call pretty abruptly there and then. And the thing is, I'm a busy guy and I haven't got an hour to waste, obviously, unless it involves sitting in a pub with a pint talking shit to you lot. But I haven't got an hour of my time to waste on a candidate that I know is just going to be a nightmare. And you're probably thinking, well, what's your problem, Johnny? Well, the first thing is, the moment a candidate says that to me, it's adversarial and it's disdainful, and it sends a whole load of messages. It says, there's a me and there's a you in this recruitment relationship. And there's a me that you get jobs for and a you that runs around and gets jobs for me, but there's a separation between the two of us. It also says that the guy holds me and the industry I work in and people like me and the recruitment profession in general, it says I hold you in disdain. I don't trust you, I don't rate you, I don't think you can represent my interests. And yeah, you can argue, yeah, Johnny, it's up for you to sell to the candidate. Maybe I'm getting arrogant in my old age because my social media profile's so big nowadays. But it also says I'm going to be really, really hard work as a candidate. And it says, you, Johnny, will never know whether I'm going to take job X or Y. You'll never know what else I've got on the go. And I'm always going to keep you held at arm's length. So as a result, I qualify out. The other thing it says is, it tells me the candidate's a bit stupid. For me, it's an immediate indication that the candidate's a low-level candidate. Top people at the top end of our industry just don't get involved in stupid little, I'm not going to tell you what my salary is games. So he's already given himself away as being low-level, low-rent. It's a low-rent thing to say. And it also says that there's another buying influence in the process with regards to that candidate. It says somebody is in his ear with a lot of control giving shit advice. Probably some sort of life coach or career coach or some supposed mentor with the guy's best interests at heart, but who is actually going to be a buying influence I'm never going to be able to understand or work with. And when I'm forecasting a potential placement, I'm always going to have to assume that I'm never going to win. So I'm working with a number of clients at the moment. Here's a great example. I've just had an offer with one this morning. £90,000 basic salary, 180k OTE plus £30,000 of stock on day one. The opening field in their applicant tracking system is, what's the basic salary of your candidate? So I've just ruled my candidate straight out of that job as a starter for 10. Every submission we make of every CV we send, the client asks the salary. So if you don't want to tell me your basic salary, what am I meant to say to my client? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Client, I don't know. I can imagine what a lot of my clients would think. They'd say, Johnny's not in control, Johnny hasn't qualified the candidate, Johnny isn't doing the job they pay us for. Clients pay us for the introduction, not for the people that we introduce, but for the people we don't, for the idiots that we qualify out. the dimwits, the chancers that aren't really looking for a job, who aren't serious about the job market, the people that are going to turn the job down because we've qualified them out weeks and weeks prior. So when a guy rings me up and he ends up in an interview with me and he's telling me he doesn't want to tell me his basic salary, he's just missed out on the mother of all jobs. The people that we know who are going to be hard work, nightmare candidates, the people that we get paid to stop embarrassing our clients. And I understand why. I can understand why my candidates wanted to do it. He wants me to look at his skills and get somebody to offer him what they think he's worth, which is notably he thinks he's worth a big pay rise. So he doesn't want to put a price on it, he wants to say, look at my skills, offer me what that's worth. And it's a lovely thought, but it's not Hollywood. This isn't some romantic movie or some stupid influencer or travel influencer on Instagram. This is the real world. If you're on 40k now, you're not going to get 90 grand tomorrow. No smart employer is going to allow that leap, particularly in sales. You know, I was working with a client a while ago where I was looking at a candidate and he loved him to bits, but it was a long way from a basic salary perspective behind where their standard package was. And his concern was, if I give this guy a job on this basic salary, I'm pretty much indemnifying 100% of what he earned last year, which is great for him. He's going to earn more than he's ever earned in his whole life on his basic salary alone next year. But if he's only 20% to target next year, that's great for him, but a total disaster for me. And the client's point was, he said, I need somebody who needs to earn the OTE, for whom the OTE is an important element of the package. But for me, the main thing is what I call the extrapolation effect. If you hard work now, 40 seconds into an initial interview with me as a recruiter, my immediate thought is, where on earth am I going to be with you in 4 or 5 weeks' time? You're going to be disappearing on me, ghosting me, turning down a job, or worse, not turning up on your first day. And I haven't had anybody do that to me since 2002. You're going to cost me sleep, and I don't allow that to happen. Me, I'd rather go out and find another candidate, no matter how talented, how good you are at your job. And I think it's important to understand talent. People think talent wins every time when they're on the job market. It really, really doesn't. Great salespeople aren't always great candidates. Sometimes you can be a great salesperson with a great track record and an utterly shitty candidate, because you're going to be hard work, and a recruiter's going to take a look at you and think, or at least a smart recruiter's going to take a look at you and think, no thanks. So be smart, be wise, think about what you're saying to your recruiters. And that's me from the Duck and Drake. If you like what you're seeing, hit the like and share button. Thanks for watching, goodbye.